Okay, welcome back everyone. We have a market update slash portfolio update video. I'm going to be pumping these out weekly now. I'm going to be calling this the Road to $1 Million series. So pretty much every Sunday I'm just going to go over my portfolio, go over what I'm doing, kind of just documenting what I'm doing in the market, how I see the market, and that's pretty much it. So let's get right into this, okay? So right now, okay, as of today is March 2nd, 2025. We just had Trump tweet out a couple interesting things today. One being obviously the reserve for ADA, XRP, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum. As long as he said a couple others, but he didn't list any. So we did see a little market spike. If you go to, we're going to go to the short-term view here. Bitcoin pumped up a lot. So did alt Bitcoin pairs. We did get a nice candle. Let's go to total market cap here. So we saw a pretty big bump up here today. Total market cap went up almost 15% of the day, 10-15% of the day, which is kind of crazy, but we'll see where that takes us. So let's see, starting off, we're going to do a little market update. So here we go, Bitcoin over here. So right here, these bars, this is just Bollinger Bands. So pretty much what that is you see up, this is the red line, down, this is the green line. Those are two standard deviations from the mean. So essentially what that means, if you're not good at math, that means pretty much 97% of the time the price is going to fall between these bands. So usually if it becomes overbought or oversold, it usually means it's going to bounce right back in, or it's not sustainable either way. So right now we're hovering right around this line, which is about the same line, I'm not going to pull it up, as the 200-day SMA. So we're looking pretty good as the market corrects. Definitely a healthy correction. The MACD is crossing over. I don't know where it's going to go. We could see something like this, where it did in September 21, where it crosses over and it crosses over again, and we just see a big explosion. That's kind of what I think is going to happen, but when that happens, I don't know. In my opinion, okay, we're going to go to the alt Bitcoin pairs here. This is pretty much total 3. So that's the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, minus USDT, I mean. So we take those out of the equation, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, and then we pair it against Bitcoin. So how well the altcoin market essentially is doing against Bitcoin. Now, if we see this red line, this is the Fed tightening cycle. I've said it before. Usually, the alt season, which we see right here, and right here, 2017, 2021, it usually coincides with the Fed easing their policy, and we see this massive spike in altcoins. This chart doesn't go back as far, so you can't see it here, but we also had an easing policy here, and we are still in a tightening cycle. So will this, continue further down the line? I don't know. And then go up? Maybe. Obviously, it's probably not that probably a little exaggerated, but we might see, June is kind of the predicted, easing cycle beginning. So we'll see. Will our alts crash further? Definitely could happen. We did see some good news today, but that doesn't, news like that doesn't always, it's not always sustainable. So we don't really know. So, the markets are green today, but I think we could definitely crash further. I don't see a reason why not. I mean, we've always historically gone down to this range right here, this low before we see alt season. So if you go to the Bitcoin dominance right here, we are still climbing, and this kind of coincides with this. Bitcoin is just outperforming everything since 2021, the peak of 2021, essentially. So yeah, I think we're just going to be riding the dominance train for a little bit longer. We might even see like 65, 66% dominance, maybe. It's kind of hard to predict, but we'll see where that goes. Yeah, so some lagging assets, obviously. We have Ethereum, which, I mean, look at this. Look at this chart. It's not even, it's at $2,000 right now. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, long term, I'm not concerned at all. There has never been a cycle where Ethereum doesn't break its all-time high, and I don't see any exceptions right here. People are saying it's a dead chain. It's clearly not a dead chain. You have base built on it, so how can it be dead when the base network is doing numbers? We'll pull it up, actually. Yeah, I mean, look at this. So we have base network all out of all layer 2s. I mean, it's cooking right now. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is on fees. Yeah, okay. So let's go to daily active users. Same thing. Base. This is why I love IMX too, because people are sleeping on these games where they're minting these NFTs daily. I mean, IMX is going to explode. It really is. I mean, you see, and no one's talking about it because it is in the dirt right now, but I mean, from what I see, I mean, IMX is a steal right now. Gaming in general, but I mean, I think IMX is going to go upward of $10, $11. I think we can definitely see a $20 IMX over here. Definitely possible. Well, I probably won't be holding until then. I definitely won't be. I will be selling probably this 4 to 11 range right here. But yeah, IMX is a steal. I mean, for the numbers it's doing, it's crazy. To even be number 2 on all layer 2s is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for the market update. Not going to go too crazy. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to showcase the portfolio. Okay, so we're alt heavy, so we did see a big dip here. From the peak, we're at a little 165,000-ish. We have gotten down a significant amount, but definitely not concerned. And yeah, this is what we're rocking with. So we got Q&T, Render, 2 Staples, Aerodrome, Chainlink, Sui. You guys know I love Sui. IMX, Mina Protocol, Pith. Something I would like to buy more of. I'm actually considering adding that into my yield farming, which we're going to be going over in a second. Yeah, so Fetch, Veracity. I got 2 meme coins, Brett and MBC. Memes are just down in general, so these have taken a big hit. Ethereum, I'm trying to rack up a little bit. I have 1 ETH. Trying to get, a couple ETH. Maybe if it stays cheap for a while. I mean, it's just such a steal right now that you can't pass up on that price. And then, yeah, Illuvium, Gaming's in the dirt. We got a little bit of Turbo, some USDC. And then, yeah, some bullshit over here. So, with that being said, let's go over my DeFi strategy, okay? So, let's start off here. We're doing right now, this is including DeFi. It's also including staking. It's including, everything from lending protocols. I am borrowing a little bit, which we'll go over. And I said stake and liquidity pools. So we have about $12,000 in there. We're doing an average of 14% APY. It definitely could be higher, but I am a little conservative, and I have most of my assets parked in Sui right now, which is doing about 3%, 3.5%, depends on the day. And we are doing recurring deposits. Now, these are not completely accurate every week. It depends on what the market's doing, but I am doing $80 a week into DeFi and then $6 a day into Bitcoin. just because I plan on doing that forever, and just building it up over 10, 20, 30 years. So, yeah, we're doing about 14%. My only LP position right now is SUI, USDC right here in CETUS. We're doing about 65% APY. It depends on the day. Sometimes it's more like 80%, 90%. Some days it's 60%. It kind of depends on the fees. That's bringing us $3 daily. And yeah, this brings our total daily income to about $4.71 between everything. Okay. And yeah, so we're going to go over that. $143 a month, not too crazy, but when we keep scaling this up and scaling this up and scaling this up, hopefully by the end of this bull run, we'll be able to do at least $1,000 a month, which I think is going to be pretty conservative. I mean, I think I'll probably be able to do more than that, but we're definitely just going to have to just keep scaling. So let's dive into that right now. We'll start with a Navi protocol. This is a lending protocol, obviously borrowing lending. I have all my SUI parked here, so I have just about 2,000 SUI. And yeah, we're doing about 3.5% on that. I know it said 3, but it depends on the day. Sometimes it's like 2.6, sometimes it's 3.5, sometimes it's 4. So it's an average about 3% APY. So we are earning SUI every single second. If I refresh this, it might even be like 0.01. No, okay, but you get the point. So we have $6,500 in SUI that I'm supplying, and then we're actually borrowing USDC for 5% APY. We're borrowing $777. And what I did with that USDC is I converted that into DeepBook. Okay, you see right here. And then I'm supplying DeepBook for 26%. So as DeepBook increases in value, we see DeepBook protocol here. As DeepBook increases in value, I can hold that price appreciation while earning a yield, and I only have to pay 5% on that. So essentially, once this hits all-time highs, I'm going to pull out initial, pay down my debt, and then I will have essentially free DeepBook tokens to just keep holding, keep selling, and yeah, it's going to be extra money for me, essentially. Obviously, you don't want to do this with shitty coins. You can't really supply much else that's like, shitty, but yeah, you want to know the coins you're obviously borrowing and converting into. Obviously, if you borrow SUI, for example, and SUI goes up, you still have to pay. Like if I borrow 100 SUI, I still have to pay 100 SUI even if it's at $6 a coin. I'm gonna have to pay double essentially. So that's why I like to borrow USDC. And then yeah, so we're gonna dive into that. Actually, we're gonna dive into the exact strategy here. So this right here. Okay, so this right here, this is my DeFi flywheel. Okay, this is essentially what I'm doing. So I'm taking my regular income. Okay, let's draw. So we're taking our regular income, okay? We're buying crypto assets, our main assets. Now, what is this? BTC, ETH, SUI, SOL, which I actually don't own anymore, but I'm going to probably add that into a DeFi position soon, which we'll get into in a second. And then also, obviously, USDC for cash on the sidelines. Now, all of this, okay, are going into DeFi. If it's not going into DeFi, it's going into long-term staking, for example, ETH, okay? Like I have in Lido right here. Earning about 3%, but I'm slowly stacking it up, obviously. So yeah, this is an end goal, okay? You want to stack as much long-term as you can because ETH 10, 20 years down the line is going to be worth a ridiculous amount. So obviously that's a long-term goal. Now these positions right here, these DeFi positions, are building my bull run bags, okay? So yeah, now we have my main position, Okay, this is going to be my SUI USDC position. Now, this is actually my only position right now. As you see here, my only liquidity pool position, because I am just starting to get into it, but we're earning about, yeah, it's been about 24 hours. We're earning about $3 a day. I keep collecting this every day, and then what I'm doing with this is we're going to be putting it back into Navi. So I'm earning free SUI essentially, and I'm just putting this right back into my bull run bag, because essentially this Navi that I'm borrowing, I'm going to end up selling it in 2025 when the price appreciates on SUI. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. And essentially, you can call this passive income. So yeah, now also what you could do, obviously, is put that right back into my position. Now, instead of taking this out and putting it into Navi, I can literally just take it out and just put it right back into this pool and keep compounding. That's not what I'm doing, because I'm putting my income into this pool and I'm multiplying the income for 60-80%. So that's kind of the strategy there. DeFi position number 4. Right now we only have these two going, and then these will probably be figured out soon. But right now, this right here, Morpho lend on base, because I want to increase my base earnings. So yeah, we have $1,000 in Morpho right now. Not much, but I'm going to be adding. This is just USDC. I'm mainly adding. I have a little bit of wrapped ETH just for when price appreciates, I could take profits and roll it back into USDC. But we're earning free Morpho on this. You can't complain about that. Morpho is going to go up. We're earning about, what is it? Yeah, 6% APY. Not too crazy, but for staking USDC, it's a no-brainer. Plus, I'm earning Morpho and Seamless, so these two should both appreciate anyway. So yeah, that's the strategy for that. Now, if we go into here, essentially, this is more specifically what I'm doing. So I'll show you exactly. We're going to lay it out even dumber. So we have SUI USDC pool that I'm in. Okay. I'm taking this, I'm putting this in Navi. Okay. That's going to be, I'm earning SUI and USDC. So SUI USDC lending for about, combined, it's going to be about 5%, whatever it is. Okay. I can also put that into stables. Essentially, that's also what I'm doing, because I'm earning half SUI, half USDC. So this stables that I'm earning, I can always just deploy it right back into SUI, which essentially, if I'm deploying it back into SUI, this is going to my bull run bag, because I am going to sell this when price appreciates to $6 to $10. I'm going to be selling that. So these pools are just earning me more and more money for the bull run. Okay, so now obviously we have a long-term mindset as well. So ETH, pretty much we're staking ETH. You saw it's actually staked ETH on Lido. So I could put stables into here. I could, take profits from here and put it into ETH, whatever it is. But that's the long-term goal. Lido, Aave, protocols that I would be comfortable leaving money in long-term. Even Maker, I might even toss some money in, but we'll see. So right now the income is using to build up the pools. Now, I only have one pool. I am obviously looking at other pools. Right now, what we're looking at is some Solana pools, because I do want to have multiple chains. Base also could be a move because I am building up this base portfolio, but I haven't really found too many pools that I love yet. But yeah, so we're looking at these right here: Sol USDC, Sol Radium, Jupiter Sol, Sol to Render, and Sol to Pyth. Probably these two might be my next moves in my portfolio. I might be adding these two soon. About 100% APR, and they're very correlated pairs. So Sol to Pyth might be the move just to be able to rack up more Pyth in the meantime. So yeah, let's throw this in here. We'll say we're doing Sol to Pyth too, because I am going to be probably adding that soon and building that up, but we'll see. So with that, obviously, if I'm earning Sol and Pyth, boom, free Pyth, and then Sol, boom, lend it, and earn free Sol. So it's pretty simple. I mean, Sol I can probably average, I think, about 7%. What am I doing? 7%. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I can even stake Sol long term if I wanted to, but I probably won't. Because we're going to see a big crash in Sol at the end of the year, so it's going to be probably smart to take profits. ETH is probably something I'm not going to take profits in Lido. I'm just going to keep stacking. And I figured I would get a head start now because it's at $2,500, and after this bull run, who knows if we're going to see anymore. So, yeah. I showed you guys this, $4.71 a day. Hopefully by next week, we're able to get this over $5. And yeah, we're just gonna keep building this up and see where we can go. My goal is to get to 5,000 eventually. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll see everyone next week.